Hello and welcome again in another study, and for this study we will be drawing diffuse light, and its light in that case is coming from behind, and I've chosen a ballerina as a model, and she's standing on the stage at the finale, and you can use different kinds of paper for this. This is, for instance, a photo scrapbook, if you want, with black pages. And the right one is on real pastel paper that I've drawn. And that is a canson, and it has 5 kinds of colors. It's a very nice and thick paper. And for the study that we are going to do now, I've chosen the darkest one because I thought, well, that looked nicest. For the setup, I'm using a light green pastel. And, well, because you're kind of drawing a silhouette, you do not have to be a master of anatomy. You can simply focus on the contours of your model, and in this case it's a ballerina, but this technique also is very nice when you are drawing animals or trees, for instance. It's a pure study of how light behaves, and here you can see that I do use some anatomy. You can see the shoulder and the biceps, and of course the hand, but as it is a silhouette, you don't need to draw in all those details and all those little muscles. So it's very nice if you are a beginner to draw something like this and study light. Here's the other hand going, and as you can see, the head is tilted all the way back as she is getting an applause or something. And this is my main interest. That's the line for the light. I see my camera is having a hard time now with the green, but we will be using a light yellow now. So the camera's back, luckily. And with that light yellow, I can start now with drawing the surrounding of our model. What you do is you draw very carefully alongside the green lines that you've drawn, and fill in all the light that is behind the ballerina. What I do next is take a very close look at the ballerina, and the example is lying to the left of you. And I carefully seek out the light, and where the light is the whitest, and where it hits the body. I'm placing this arm a little bit lower, and there is light on the top of the hand. Here I go carefully around the underarm and around the clothes, and you can see a little bit light in the armpit and on the back of the clothing. Also here on the skirt you can see that there are parts that are grabbing just a little bit of light. Here you can see just the other side of the skirt. On the side of the front leg, there's also a little bit of light. And you can see I'm going over my green setup with the light yellow pastel. They blend together just nicely. There's also a little bit of light on the front of the leg. That's light that's casted back from the floor. Then I continue with filling in the light. You can see I'm coloring around the elbow and the back of the back and the fingers. Here there's also a little bit of light, and now you can see the other leg appearing. Then it's time for the true white. Where the lamp shines the brightest, I color it in all white, and I'm also searching for the whitest parts that are on the body itself. So here on the lower arm, and I've zoomed in as maximum as possible, so you can really watch what I'm doing. Here I'm drawing in some white in the armpit, and here on the back, and carefully going down below and on the skirt itself. You can actually see there's a big difference between the light yellow and the white. Here is the other side of the skirt, and also there a little bit of light is hitting the cloth. Also on the leg I apply a little bit of white. The front leg is coming forward and is getting a lot of shadow, while the leg behind is getting more light. Then it's time for the floor, and also this is very important. The floor grasps a lot of light, and I carefully draw around the shoes of the ballerina. This way she is on the podium and she is really standing on the ground. Then I take a yellow pastel. I've chosen for a warm light. You can also choose cooler colors, like blue for instance, if you want the light to be cold. But in this case, because my setup was made with the light green, I think that the yellow really works fine and nice with the yellow. yellow mixes nice with the white, and it's kind of contradictory. Usually the background is bluish, but in this case it's really yellowish because of the color of the light bulb. To give the body itself a fleshy feel, I use a little bit of pink. It's a real whitish pink, and I use it just a little bit over the green, and you instantly get a fleshy look. Then it's time for the real light effect. I'm using a blender stick number 5, and I carefully draw the light down to below. I take notice of the way that the light is going, so it's kind of blurring out from left to front to right, and I'm very careful to go around my model. I make sure that the powder is really rubbed in to the paper, and I partially draw out a little bit of the body itself. Also a little bit of the clothes. What I do next is I take an eraser pencil. I erase parts of the places I've blendered, and that way you get shiny beams of shadow. I also apply it just behind the elbow. If you think the light is not white enough, you simply apply a little bit more white, and you can even draw a little bit of white over the arm on the left, as you can see. It's like the light is surrounding your model, and it gives that great dramatic feel. For the food, I do the same. I erase out a little bit of the white pastel, and this way you get a little bit of shadow on the ground. I keep blending and rubbing in the powder into the paper. I love to do this. It gives a great dynamic expression and a dramatic feel. Here I also want a little bit of softness, so I go over the clothing with a blender stick, just a little bit. These lines I think are too harsh. I simply blend them out again and make them a little bit softer. Well, I will not touch it anymore, and I think it's okay, and I really loved doing this. I hope you will give it a try and you will give it a big like, and please share the film if you've liked it, and I hope to see you again in one of my other videos. Take care.